Hi there, this is Theo. Today I'm gonna review a photo book I've recently bought. The title is Mom, and the photographer is Charlie Engman. I hope I pronounced his name correctly, Charlie Engman. And the thing is, this photo book was designed by my design mentor, Brian. I was so inspired by this photo book, and it's not an exaggeration that I'm copying the designer, the Brian's the designer's design style in this book. So I'm not gonna blame you if you even if you call me just a copycat of this book. Yeah, to be honest, I copied this book when I work on my photo project in Memoriam. But I thought this approach can work for my project too, and that's why I copied this design approach. First of all, I like the title. I think you should think about this when you give your photo book or photography project a title. That is, when you give your project or photo book title, you shouldn't be the title shouldn't be too obvious. I mean, the title shouldn't talk about the subject itself. Maybe you ask me a question, then why the title of this photo book is great, because the title is Mom, and the photographs, the subject matter is mom. So it cannot be more obvious than this. But so I'm gonna explain this in this way. When you see the title Mom, Mom is the word is universal concept. It's a universal word for who gave a birth to their baby. But the subject matter is not the universal mom. I mean, if you really take a look at these photos, the subject matter doesn't look like a ordinary mom. So so that's where twist comes. So the point is makes a kind of twist. So even though the title is Mom, the universal mom maybe, but the subject matter in this photo is not ordinary mom. It's a really challenging for me to define what an ordinary mom. But I can say that most moms don't do this. I mean, they are not gonna be naked, and they are not gonna be photographed in a nude by their son. So, and the thing is, in my opinion, this is a project of and the theme has something to do with identity, especially identity of the photographer's mom. So I love this, and I always love photo book or photography that has related to identity theme, because that's how I use photography to discover more about myself or more about something. So it's more philosophical theme, in my opinion. So I can really relate to this, because when you say like your position with a word that alienates your personality, your individuality. So maybe the subject matter can say I'm a mom, but what kind of mom is she? Like, I mean, or other than being a mom, she has her own personality. And when it comes to her personality or someone's personality, it's not one thing, but usually more than one. I mean, not just one. I mean, for example, I mean, we have a lot of positions in our lives. Like, I'm a son, I'm a big brother to my little brother, and I'm a husband. But at the same time, I'm a citizen, I'm a Korean, I'm a male, I'm a human being, I'm an artist, and I'm an animal, like that. And even in a one category, like I'm a son. As a son, there are lots of elements in me as a son. So I think this is a visual study of about the mom's identity. So while checking this project or photo book, I found out my mother also has a lot of different identities and personalities, and she has her own life, and she has maybe she has a desire to express herself in many contexts, not just with the context of a mother to me. So this is really I love the theme in general, and I think that the collage approach really works for this project, because when you use collage methodology, you can present several elements at the same time at the same page or same spread. So you can it suggests that the mom has more complicated than you might think. There are so many elements in this photo, in these photos. So, and one of the things I love about this design approach is that this photo book incorporates the traditional design approach and very contemporary approach at the same time. So if you see this page, this looks like a typical American photo book design. I mean, the left side, the blank page, and on the right side, the photo that seems like tearing away from the wall in an exhibit. But when you flip through another page, there is a very contemporary approach. I mean, the collage approach in particular, and they also incorporated very modern way of seeing photos, like by capturing their phone screen and put them in those pages. And another thing I do like to mention is that I always love surrealistic approach or element. So I don't believe this photo was really put on this billboard. I think the designer or the photographer actually they designed together. I don't believe this photo was really put on this billboard, but I guess they photographed. And I love this kind of surrealistic element, or yeah, and because I don't think photography should be always realistic, because the photography is just the visual element. You can do anything on your photography, but as long as that so realistic approach works for the project. And another thing I would like to mention is that I was really curious about how he designed pages like this, and I like I mentioned early on, I'm trying to copy his design approach. And if you really try to this kind of thing, you will find that it's not as easy as you might guess. And I mean, it's harder than sometimes it's really harder than designing very traditional design like this. So it doesn't make sense if I say one approach is harder than the other. But my point is that some people think that I could do this. I mean, but no, you can't. I mean, it's not as easy you might think. It's because the designer spend a lot of time to composite the various elements in this page. And in my opinion, or in my experience, usually designing this kind of page is harder for me than the simple page, because there are more design elements in this page, and you should think about the relation between the different visual elements. Even though for some people it looks like a random design, no, this is not random at all. It's really it was really designed on purpose. And another thing I would like to mention is that the designers put the text in the middle of the photo book, so that the reader can pause between. So this is the text page, and after the text pages, the visual story goes on. And the text matters. I mean, when you put text, like I mentioned before, this device can make the reader to pause before continuing to appreciate the next pages. And another insight or lesson from this photo book that I wanted to share with you guys is that maybe your subject matter is not far from where you are. I mean, it's a matter of how you see the subject matter. If you really think about this topic, your mother can be the easiest subject matter. I mean, not the easiest, but most accessible or approachable subject matter. Even though it's not easy at all to photograph them. So one idea I wanted to share with you guys is that don't try to find your right subject matter too far from where you are, but try to find them in your life. And the reason is that if you find your subject matter in your daily life, then it's more likely that you can relate to your subject matter, because you are related to them personally. So you can say more interesting things than say like the subject matter when you travel. If you try to take photos when you travel, that's also a good idea. But compared to the subject matters in your daily life, it can the story or the topic you can talk about with your photos can be too shallow to resonate your audience. This is just my opinion. Okay, I hope it helps you to work on your photography project, and hope to see you next time. Thanks.